Welcome, folks, to another Learn by Play. Today, we're making a mini bike. This is my two-stroke mini bike, kind of in pieces. It's originally from the Razor electric dirt bike. Sorry, dirt bike, not mini bike. It's a Razor electric dirt bike. I converted it to a two-stroke, and it kind of fell apart because I couldn't handle the speed. So today, I'm going to be taking that off and building it, and the bar's kind of a mess, sorry about that. I'm using my new tube bender I got for Christmas, so hope you enjoy and stay tuned. So this mini bike is going to have full suspension, and I didn't want to buy like the forks to have like, I wanted to make my own like Springer forks or something. So I took the original forks off just to kind of get a measurement. I haven't measured that yet, but the plan for the forks is to take this tube and the inside, this spring actually fits inside, and then this tube actually fits inside this tube. It's a pretty good fit, and so what I'm going to do is I will cut this to length, cap it off. I got a hole saw, I chopped off it, and it fits perfectly, so I'll weld that, and then I will put the spring in, and I will have Springer. So I got finished grinding it and welding it. Now, the way it's going to go together is you have the main tube. It'll have either one spring and a spacer, or two springs, depending on how stiff or soft it needs to be. And then you just slide this in. And then I'm going to drill a hole through both sides of this tube. And then in this tube, there will be a slit on both sides, so that, and then a screw through it, so that it can slide in and out, but it can't come all the way out. And these things, I mean, they work pretty well, and it's a pretty cool design. And obviously, Ace Hardware for springs, because they always have the best springs. So, alright, so I did a lot of stuff off camera. The original frame, I chopped it up. The engine, I disassembled the whole frame. The engine used to have a reverse gearbox because of the side the sprocket was on. It was on the wrong side for the engine. But since I'm making my own sprocket assembly and everything, I put the original clutch housing on. So the chain will actually be on the left side, not the right side. So that'll make things easier. First bend in the tube bender, I did that off camera as well. Turned out really well. I'm going to bend some on camera. I just had to do a bunch of stuff off camera. So that will be our swing arm. This is going to be our pivot for the swing arm. And then the forks. I finished the forks off camera. If you want. So what I did is I made the triple clamp thingy bobber, and these are actually removable forks. Kind of cool. This is going to be welded, but those you can remove. How this suspension works is there are just two springs in there, and then there's the inner piece that I welded these tabs I made, and it will be put in there. And this bolt hole will have a bolt going through, and we'll go through this cutout. And so what will happen is it'll actually stop it. It'll be like kind of like a suspension stop, so it can only go in a certain amount and it can't fall out. And then it's a 5/8 bolt will come through here. So that turned out really well. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the frame. Now I think it'll make it a lot stiffer. This front fork's a lot stiffer. I think we're gonna angle it out like a lot. That's just because I made these way too tall, and so we'll have to lower the bike lane after that. So let's start measuring and start on the frame. this piece tacked. Now the forks are going to be at an angle. It's like a 62-degree angle. And then we will bring some tubes from here up to meet probably right around there. So the two tubes will come up and meet the center. And this will meet also in the center. All of them will meet here to this tube, which will be the steering. And then we can build up the back. And then, and work on swing arm and steering and stuff like that. And engine plate. Alright, so we're back here, 7 in the morning. Because I need to get this done because we're taking it to Florida. That's the whole point of building it, so we can take it to Florida. And I was thinking in bed last night, and then I realized something. That upright support for the frame is number 1, like 2 feet long. And number 2, the frame is at the same level as the front of the fork, so I kind of screwed that up on accident. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this tack. I need to grind all the rust off that anyways. I'm going to cut that tack, and then I'm going to shorten this, try to cut it with a hole saw to match this 2-inch base. So the frame should be like 6 inches in the air actually. It's going to be a pretty small frame, about 6 inches tall, a little bit taller, but I screwed that up, so let's fix that. So this isn't going to work. This is too short. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to cut this, put about a 4-inch piece, I think. Because right now, how short that is, I mean, there just isn't any room for that to go on, and the engine just won't fit. So we'll do that. That'll make our center of gravity a lot lower. Before, the swing arm was going to have to be like down like that. So, I mean, the swing arm should be a little bit higher now. I'm just going to chop that as straight as I can. And that one too. And then I'll cut some spacers. And then put a inside sleeve, drill holes, and it should work. So, let's get to that. So I'm back from Florida. I wasn't able to get it done, not even close to done. But I left off here. I did a few things that weren't on camera. I started to mount this body and everything. Some issues I've run into. The chain I'm hoping isn't going to be an issue. I'm hoping that the chain tensioner will tension it fine. The tires are my biggest issue. This is the tire I want to use. Got it from Harbor Freight. It was like $5, and it's pretty small. And I would also have to do some weird mounting stuff and weld some stuff that I don't want to weld. This is the old tires from the Razor dirt bike, but that's not going to work because the bearings went bad and I can't find any bearings that will fit. This is kind of looks kind of weird. Hold on. This tire is about, I don't know, 2 inches smaller than it, and I want a bigger tire than this one that I have right now. So money really is the issue. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to do some welding jobs, and then I have a few things that I want to buy. I want to buy a pocket bike tire because those are a little bit bigger and they already have the hub on them. And then I'm thinking maybe also buy a pocket bike front tire, and then I'm going to buy pocket bike disc brakes, which would be better than the old drum brakes that were on the Razor scooter. And I'm also going to buy a bunch of stuff. I'm going to buy new handle grip, so better brake, better throttle. This is pretty cheap right now. I need to get a bigger chain, another sprocket, a different exhaust, because right now this exhaust doesn't have an expansion chamber, so it's not going to work the best for two-stroke. And then the gas tank, that's also going to be an issue. Gas tank, the only place I could fit it is right in here. And so I think I can run a pulse pump on this carb. I think it kind of would work like a two-stroke carb or a four-stroke carb. So I think I'm going to be able to run a pulse pump. That's going to be an issue, is getting fuel. It can't be gravity fed. But other than that, it's going pretty well. I do hate tube notching, so I've been pressing some of the tubes on the press. Don't know what that does structurally, but it's faster. Want to get a tube notcher someday, but that's about where we're going to leave it for this part. Next part, I'll be finishing the body, hopefully mounting the wheels. So catch you then. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on any comment if you want to see anything or if you have any suggestions. So thanks. See you later.